Okay, so I just got my kiddos set up for school today. They finished breakfast. I'm talking about my two youngers here. My oldest kind of is on his own schedule, and we just check in as needed. But hello, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel, we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. If you're here, you probably clicked on it because this is supposed to be a reading vlog, but like I mentioned, I'm a homeschooling mom, so we got some other stuff happening too. Sarah over at The Bookish Knitter has a readathon happening this weekend, and I thought what a great time to get some reading done, or try to get some reading done. Her readathon is called Create Your Own Readathon, and essentially you just get to create your own and use it however you see fit. So what I decided to do when I heard about this, it's taking place from the 16th to the 18th. That is when we're going to be filming. So by the time this comes out, a Friday through a Sunday, it'll have passed. But I mean, take a weekend and go ahead and jump in. What I'm going to be reading for this weekend or readathon, or what I'm going to attempt to read, is short books. So I have a couple of short books that were on my to be read list, and I haven't quite done it. And actually, when I was looking at my stats and things like that, my goals for the year, I keep that up on Storygraph. I will put that link down below too if you want to be friends on there. But I have a year-long reading challenge that I joined, and 2 of the 3 books will help me complete the 60 books that are in that plan. So I hope you followed along. And I only have 2 more books to complete that challenge, and 2 of those books are on this, or in my hand here. So one I have completed, no, that's the goal of this weekend. One I have started, it is this book is so well loved. It was given to us used. It is The Little Prince. And when I tell you this book is loved, like pieces of the cover on both sides are missing. This is a well loved book. And we watched this special, I think it was like a movie or something that was on Netflix a few years ago, and my kids watched it and a number of times. I remember we happened to get this book a few months after, I believe, and my daughter ended up reading it. So my daughter gave it to me and asked if I had ever read it, and I actually had not. And so I've been trying to finish reading this book. It has been living in my purse because it was a really worn copy. I didn't feel bad just having it tossed into my purse, but I have not had enough time to sit and finish it, so I keep picking it up and not finishing it. I only have like a tiny bit of pages left. So my goal is to finish this book. The other short book that I have on my list is George Orwell's Animal Farm. This was, like I said, on my reading challenge that I wanted to finish, and I just want to read it. I want to read it so that I can finish off that reading challenge, actually. This book is another short book. It is only, my copy is 139 pages, and I think I kept putting off reading it because I wanted to be like in the right mind frame. But you know, I'm going to read it. We're going to do it. So I'm going to finish this, hopefully. This copy we received, if you care. I bought this from one of our used book hauls. I'll link that if you want to see it. So, and then the last book that I want to read is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I have never read this. I've watched numerous remakes of it, you know, television ones, from the Mickey Mouse one to like full-on movies. My oldest son actually read this last year, I believe, for school, and I just realized I had never read it, and so I was like, I need to pick up that book, but I wanted to pick it up during Christmas. He did let me know that, like The Little Prince, these are not like the movies or the adaptations, so we'll see. But I told him, don't tell me too much because I don't want to know. My daughter did spoil this book for me and tell me the ending, but she didn't know. She's 9, he's 15, so my daughter, I was like, no, you can't tell me what happens. And my husband was like, well, you haven't told her the rules. You haven't told her. You can't give away the ending. So I do know how the book ends, but still going to finish this one off. And then I do want to pick this one up and read it. So that's the goal for the weekend. Today is Friday. It's almost 10 o'clock. My 2 littles are doing a little bit of schoolwork. It's usually our fun Friday. but we have some pages to make up from the week, and so they are doing that. And today I'm hoping that we can get some cleaning up done so that mom has time to sit and relax over the weekend instead of trying to play catch up and stuff. Let's see how it goes. I'm drinking my second cup of coffee, and really I think what I should do is throw some laundry in first, and then as a reward finish this off. Laundry is started. I've already had to go and remind my littles to stay focused on their schoolwork. Good thing there's only a little bit left in this book. I noticed that the sun was out, so I'm gonna sit next to our window and see if I can get some like morning sun through the window rather than going to sit outside because it is really cold. But I'm gonna take like, I don't know, 10-minute mama break and finish up the little bit of coffee I have left and the little bit of book that is here. Okay, first book done, and I know it's kind of, I don't know if I would say cheating because my goal was to finish 3 of the small books, but yes, I did already start this one, and it took me months to finish it, but I did. My oldest actually walked by and said he read this book twice, and I was like, it's so sad. Why did you read it twice? He's like, I was hoping the ending would change. Oh, I love my kids. It's a good little book. Glad I read it. On with the day. I really want to pick up another book and read, but responsibilities, all that jazz. Let's get some more housework and mom work done. Okay, I almost forgot. Almost. I wanted to go to the post office. Here's the thing. I thought I went yesterday. I was supposed to go yesterday. There was a lot of snow happening, and so I decided not to go. So now I'm headed off to UPS store to drop off a package, and then maybe we'll get back to some reading. Okay, so I did go to mail the box, and I did get the box in the mail. So yay, I got that accomplished. But then I realized that my daughter needed a pair of jeans just to get her through this winter, at least one more pair. I don't know if we're missing some clothing boxes for her or something, but she only seems to have one pair of jeans. So I gotta go through their clothes again. But I thought since I was near the thrift store, I would go ahead and stop in. So I did. Let's get home because it's crowded in here. And then I'll show you what we got. Okay, I did film when I got home, but something happened to the footage. So I'm just gonna share with you really quickly the books that we picked up, we being me, from the thrift store. I did end up getting a pair of pants and a sweatshirt for my oldest. That was the mission, was to get jeans for my daughter and my oldest. So I did get that, and then I found a pair of cute overalls and jeans for my daughter, and then I ended up buying my youngest some pajama pants just so he wouldn't feel like he didn't get anything. You don't have to do that. It just, you know. Anyways, let me share with you the books. The first book I got was just $1. Actually, all the books that I have here were only $1 each. But I did pick up Winnie the Pooh. I realized that we didn't have this in our library, and I just thought it would be a great book to have. My youngest is with me in the room, and he's clapping over it. It does have a little slight tear here, and it is an older book, but I mean, for $1, I don't mind. And my kiddos are probably going to be picking up, I hope, and reading it as well. So I just thought it would be great to have to add to our library. It's so cute. It says Winnie the Pooh, A.A. Milne, but then instead of illustration, it says decorations by Ernest H. Shepard. I just thought that was so cute. I was like, oh, decorations, not illustrations. There are quite a few pictures in here, just sprinkled in and out throughout the story, you know, like a children's book. And they're so charming, and I just think nice to have on hand. So So also, I know I need to take the polish off my nails. It's getting pretty bad. The next 3 books I got, I was surprised to see that they were all there right next to each other. So I did read these books before. This is, I don't know what it's called. Is it called To All the Boys I've Loved Before series? Or is there a shorter name for this series? But this is the series by Jenny Han. Jenny Han. If you've not heard of it, it is also on Netflix as well. But the first one is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. P.S. I still love you, and then Always and Forever. So, like I said, they were all stacked together in one bunch. There was quite a few good books there, especially Twilight. If you ever wanted a Twilight book, I think they were there. I haven't repurchased those. I had those at one point in my life, and then I gave them away, and I haven't repurchased them because I haven't really wanted to reread them, and don't think I have anybody in the home that is ready or wants to read that kind of story. So there were quite a few there though. But like I said, I didn't intend to go for books, but when we go to the thrift store, it's kind of always a place that we stop by. So I was excited to add another little series to my bookshelf, and we're gonna organize this another day. But I also picked up one more book, but I'm not going to quite share that in this video. I have a video coming out. It was for sibling gifts, and my youngest needed to get one more, and so I picked that one up for him. It's a little against the rules because he should have picked it out himself, but I think we'll be okay. Back to the video. Hello, good morning. It is Saturday, and it is almost 11 o'clock, so still morning time. I'm gonna throw a load of laundry in, and I wanted to give you a quick update. Last night I started George Orwell's Animal Farm. I didn't get too far into it. Sorry, it probably makes more sense maybe that way. I think I read through chapter 1. So I read the preface, the introduction, and then chapter 1. And I stopped there. I stopped a little bit early and then watched TV. I think I realized why I had been putting off reading the short books, especially the ones that I had picked. I knew The Little Prince was going to end sadly, and well, it was sweet. It was kind of a touching story. Sad endings are not really my thing. I usually read what I say are Hallmark movie type feel-good books. But I did read that, and then this one I knew for sure was not going to be that kind of lighthearted feel-good book, but it is one that I wanted to read, and I am reading it a little bit slower because I just feel like it needs to be read that way. Maybe it's just me, and that's how I need to read it. So I'm gonna put the laundry in, make my family some sort of mid-morning snack. The kiddos, Saturday mornings we bribe them with cereal to sleep in later, so they're getting a little hungry again. So I'm gonna make them a snack, and then maybe I'll be able to sit down and read a little. I was sitting outside reading. My husband ended up taking the kiddos out to run some errands. I think they're doing some secret Christmas shopping, and then they're gonna pick up a few items. We're gonna make cheeseburgers tonight. But I read quite a bit in here, and I think I'm about I put it into Storygraph, and I think I'm about 60 or 70% done, but it has taken a dark turn. If you're not familiar with the book, it is about a group of animals on a farm, and their owner, the farm owner, is a drunk. And essentially the animals drive the farmer off the land, and are gonna kind of create this animal utopia for themselves where the animals rule. It starts out with good intentions. We've just had some killings happening. I won't say too much of who did it and why, how it came about. But these are definitely not the books that I like to read. Everything in me is just I just want to finish it and be done with this book. So I'm going to take a quick breather. I might look for the audiobook just so I can finish it, but I want to get my body moving. I consider going for a walk because it's actually really nice and sunny out, but it's cold. And since my family is gone, I think I might want to clean up an area in the house just because it's easier to kind of get that done while the kiddos are gone. But first I'm going to go outside because I'm going to start getting ready to sow some seeds for hopefully growing a little bit. I'm a very amateur gardener, and this new home that we have doesn't really have a lot of space for gardening. We have a backyard, but it's all the whole area is grass, and the management company doesn't want any dark spots on it, so I can't even put like a pot or something down in the grass, because then that would create a dark spot in the grass. So I'm gonna look on the side of the house, kind of see where the sun is hitting. I thought I'd bring you with me. Alright, it is already Monday, so we have wrapped up the reading vlog. I don't know if I've shared that clip yet, but I will, where I actually did get to finish The Christmas Carol, or A Christmas Carol. I'm so excited to finally say that I've read a Charles Dickens book. Probably the shortest one, but it's okay. It still counts. So I did finish this on Sunday in between watching football with my husband, and that's kind of how the day went. We just relaxed. I didn't pick up the camera too much because I was just really enjoying the family time. But I did finish this. I had thought that maybe I would watch a version of it after I finished reading it, but we didn't end up doing that. Maybe we'll do that today with the kiddos, see which one, if they all have a favorite version of it, and see if we can watch that. I liked that I got to read the book version of it and find out where all of these television and video interpretations came from. Is that the word? Interpretations, revisions, whatever. I liked that I got like the real true story. In the beginning of this book, it does say that Charles Dickens wrote it. I think he wrote it like in a night, or he stayed up late and finished writing it in such a like...
in a creative storm.
Yeah, in a creative storm, my son says. He's next to me listening to me wrap up the video. Here it is. Dickens himself stayed up until 3 in the morning writing it. He knew when it was finished that it was one of his very best works, and he was right. So if you've not picked this up and not gotten a chance to read it, I would highly encourage you do. This may be something we revisit every Christmas season now. Finishing this book completed one of my yearly challenges, and it actually was my 100th book read this year. I cannot believe that I fit in that many books. I'm so excited. So we'll see what we set for next year, but that's the end of this. Thanks so much for hanging out with me this weekend and doing my very first full-on weekend reading vlog. I think this is the first one, but thanks for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel and me so much. And if you don't know, or if you just need to be reminded, may please be the one to let you know that you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. I really truly appreciate you taking your time out and spending it here with me watching these videos. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.